Hey, what's up guys, it's Kazooie here, and welcome to another FIFA 15 squad builder on my channel. Today, I've got another hybrid skill squad for you guys, which actually features two legends. So let's get right into this. The formation I decided to go with is the 4-3-3, and then the third variation with two CDMs and one normal centre mid. And we started in goal with Iker Casillas. Hasn't really had the greatest form lately for Real and also for the national team for Spain, but in FIFA he's surprisingly good, even though he's not really that tall. He's actually pretty good. He has overall pretty decent looking stats, 87 diving, 88 reflexes, which is not too bad. I think he also got a pretty big downgrade compared to his FIFA 14 card. I think he was 86 back then. But yeah, you can see from this clip he's actually really good, especially his reflexes. Really nice triple save where he kept me into that game. Then we move on to the first centre back. That is Onua. You've probably seen this guy in so many other squads already. He's probably one of the most common centre backs in Ultimate Team, and I absolutely love him this year. Then we actually have a Team of the Year player. That is Team of the Year Sergio Ramos. Used him quite a few times before as well, and I really like him. 86 pace, 96 defending, 90 physical, and as I've mentioned before, he's probably one of the best centre backs in the game. Then we have a bronze right back. That is actually a upgraded right back from Arsenal. That is Bellerin. 92 pace, 65 dribbling, 63 defending, and 62 physical. And he's surprisingly good, but that's only because of his pace, because his defending is not really the best for a right back, although it is decent, I guess, for a bronze, but it's obviously just because of his pace why I used him. So yeah, we move on to the other side, the other fullback. That is actually inform Kieran Gibbs from Arsenal. Actually got an inform recently, was actually pretty decent as well for me. I also could have gone with Ashley Young from Manchester United, who also has 4-star skin moves, but I decided to go with Gibbs since I wanted to have more of a defending left back instead of more of an attacking, because I obviously have Bellerin, which, as I said, doesn't really have the greatest defending. Then we move on to the first CDM. That is Leroy Fer, probably one of the most used players, I think, as well, especially in Premier League teams. He's just insane. He's seriously just a cheap Yaya Touré. That's what I think he's known for as well, especially with that 86 physical and pretty much every single stat above 70 for only a 76 rated player. That is pretty amazing. Then we move on to the other CDM. That is actually Obi Mikkel, and he was so good for me. I did not expect that at all. He was seriously comparable to Fer. He was pretty much everywhere. I played against some pretty good teams, a few legends, mostly informs as well, and he was seriously bussing the midfield alongside with Leroy Fer. Absolutely liked him, which I did not expect at all. 88 physical on him, 61 pace, which is not the fastest, but yeah, like I said, he was very good for me. Then we move on to the centre mid. That is the first 5-star skiller in this squad, and also the first legend. That is Jayjay Okocha, and this was actually the second time I was able to use him, which was pretty nice, because the first time I used him, I actually did not really like him. I actually used him at the EA event before FIFA 15 was released. I used him at the capture event when I played FIFA 15 early, which was nice. But yeah, back then, as I said, I wasn't really a big fan of Okocha. He got pushed on the ball a lot, and overall he did not really felt like a legend or even like a great player. I don't know what he was, but like players like Neymar and maybe Tarabt, just normal 5-star skillers, I guess, in Ultimate Team, felt way better than him. Maybe it was because of his physical. It is only 58, but I think also the main reason why I did not really like him back then was because I had to play against like full legend teams or against Cristiano Ronaldo every single time, because I was playing against a few other YouTubers mostly who also were able to use pretty much any player in Ultimate Team. So that could be the reason why I didn't really like Okocha that much back then. But in this team, he was actually pretty good. At the start, I struggled a little bit though, because every time I went on a skill run, I got pushed at the ball quite often, but usually I would pick up a penalty, and that is also why you see a penalty in this clip as well. Like most of the time when I went on a skill run, I either picked up a penalty or I wasn't able to shoot. But after a few games, I think after like 5 or 6 games, I sort of like got more used to him, and I actually scored some pretty decent goals as well. A nice shot there, which you can see after a nice scoop turn as well. Also scored a pretty awesome free kick, which you will see right now. I was actually surprised. I just decided to have a go with him, and it actually went in. And you can see from the replay as well that the goalkeeper actually had no chance. So yeah, overall Okocha, he actually was pretty decent in his team. He played as a centre mid, which you still can say is not really his greatest position. I think he will do a much better job as a centre attacking mid, but you generally can say that the centre mid in this formation is sort of a centre attacking mid. So I don't really know if he will perform like much better if I play him in a normal center attacking mid role, or even as a false 9, as a center forward. But yeah, I really liked him in this team, which I was kind of happy with, because at the start of Ultimate Team I was kind of disappointed when I used him for the first time. Then we move to the right winger, that is Juan Cuadrado from Chelsea. The second time I used this transfer card, and as I mentioned before as well in a previous squad builder where he was featured in, I actually like this version more than his Fiorentina version. It seems that this guy is a lot more clinical. I scored some pretty awesome goals as well, a pretty sweet back heel, also got another attempt which you will see shortly. But yeah, overall Cuadrado, he's just awesome. But the thing I sort of don't really like the most about him is his pace. And you might be wondering why I won't really like his pace, because 93 pace is of course really good, especially in Ultimate Team, since it's usually mostly just about pace. But I don't know, like when I try to go on skill runs and stuff with really pacey players, I usually tend to fail a lot more often in comparison to players like Taarabt, who have like average pace or decent pace. That's what I usually kind of struggle with when I play with really pacey players. I'm not really, if I'm like the only one. If you like to use skill moves yourself, let me know in the comments down below if you sort of have the same problem, because that's the only kind of issue I have with either Cuadrado or a player that has like really high pace and also has 5-star skill moves. So yeah, that is sort of the problem I usually have with Cuadrado. But overall, I think he's really good, and you can see from the clips as well, I scored some pretty sweet goals. Also the sombrero flick, which was actually featured in a goals compilation, which I uploaded a couple days ago. But yeah, overall, I really like Cuadrado in this team. Then we move on to the striker. That is actually another legend. That is Ruud Gullit. You probably all know this guy, because he's probably one of the best players in Ultimate Team, especially if you look at his stats. 86 pace, 86 dribbling, 83 shooting, 89 passing, 82 physical, and a 79 defending. And 79 defending for a striker is maybe a little bit ridiculous, but I've used this guy in several positions. I've used him as a center attacking mid, as a center mid as well in my Dutch team. But yeah, as a striker, he's just incredible. Like, he pushes defenders off like it's nothing. He has an insane shot. You can see from one clip as well where I actually score a long shot, which was also in the goals compilation I was talking about earlier. Like, he's just ridiculous in game. He is so good. And the best thing about him as well is that he has 4-star skill moves, which is obviously really nice, because then you can also go in a little skill run with him, which I actually did from time to time. I scored a pretty okay goal with a lot of ball rolls. Also nice fancy finish past the goalkeeper, which I actually quite liked. So yeah, Ruud Gullit as a striker, I think if you have the coins or you have him already in your team, definitely give him a try as a striker, because Itani actually recommended me to use him as a striker, and I decided to do it, and I actually do not really regret it, because he's just insane as a striker. So yeah, I really liked it, although I think he's pretty much insane on every position. Then we move on to the final player in this team, probably one of the most like underrated players, I think, anyway, for silvers, especially in Ultimate Team. That is Ricardo Krishna, upgraded 5-star skiller, 86 pace, 81 dribbling, and of course that debatable 59 shooting. But I've said it many times before, like, that 59 shooting is just an absolute joke. Ricardo Krishna shooting, or just his finishing, is just amazing, especially for a silver. Like, I did not expect at all. Like, I've used this guy from the start of Ultimate Team, back when he had 4-star skill moves. I really liked him back then. He was definitely one of my favorite silver players. But since he now has 5-star skill moves, he is probably my favorite silver 5-star skiller in the game. Simply because I'm Dutch, he is Dutch as well, which is also one of the bigger reasons. But since I've used this guy for so long, I just absolutely love him. Even though when he had 4-star skill moves, like I said, I really like playing with him. But 5-star skill moves and just those stats and just the way he plays in game, absolutely love him. Also his physical, it's only 60. It's just a lie, because he feels so strong. He's also quite tall. I think he's just above 6'1", which is pretty nice to have as well for a 5-star skiller, since most skillers are usually quite short and quite fast. But Krishna, he's fast, he's tall, as for me anyway. Amazing shooting, 5-star skill moves. What else could you ask more? So yeah, Krishna, you all know it. I just absolutely love this guy, and he's definitely one of my favorite players this year in Ultimate Team. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much going to be the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then make sure to leave a like. Would be very much appreciated. And if you can hit 2,000 likes, that would be absolutely awesome. As always, if you're interested in this squad, you can find it in the link in the description down below. But anyway, that's going to be the end. I'd like to thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.